yeah, good. How are you?
Good. So we're going to talk about partnerships, but actually before I want to talk to you about feminism. The reason I'm talking about that is we've got a stylist in today and they are running their Visible Women campaign, which should obviously be putting people forward. But we were just having an interesting chat about lad Bibles. So, tell me about that again and what you think about what they're doing.
Yeah, I mean, Lad Bible is quite an interesting one because of how they've evolved, and I think what's really nice to hear from them is that they are so driven by their ownership. They believe that they've got the ear of youth culture, and as much as they could easily have been bought out now by a much larger media owner, they have decided to sort of keep editorial control of what they do because they believe that they can do good for society. So some of the recent examples, everyone's heard of their Can Lion win on Trash Island, which is a really nice initiative about saving the planet. But certainly just chatting to some of the guys down there, there's more women than men that work there, and actually the sort of attitudes there are very left-leaning, sort of feminist attitudes about life and about how people should behave, and that's impacting on the content that they create. So I think certainly they have, unusually, as you wouldn't assume for someone like Lad Bible, from considering where they started, have a real sort of purpose, if you like, for society, and certainly I think that's something that's already bearing out in some of the things that we're doing with them, but could be useful in the future as well. Yeah,
I think that's true. I think it's obviously it's good that brands like Stylists are doing a lot to try and raise the profile of women, but actually I think you make a really good point, because if you change what men think and what they believe, I think you've got a much greater chance of actually changing the world and the society that we live in.
Absolutely, and let's not forget as well, like it's so big, Lad Bible. It isn't heavily male focused as you would think.
One of the contestants on Love Island from Lad Bible?
Yeah, Josh.
Yeah.
Josh. Yeah.
Okay.
Well, I was
the first Josh.
Yes, original Josh. Old Josh. Yeah, old Josh.
Yeah.
Well, you can kind of tell because everything he says seems like he's in an interview situation. So the way he talks is as if he's presenting all the time. I don't know.
Totally be at Huddle when he did.
Yeah. If you ask the Lad Bible guys, they'll say he's always like that.
Yeah.
He's very polished.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Very interesting.
Yeah.
Anyway, let's get on to what we want to talk about, and I think it's related anyway, because you deal in the world of partnerships.
Yeah.
Partnerships is all about really understanding what brands stand for, or what they mean, how to connect them together.
Yeah.
So, tell us about what you're doing in the partnerships team and how your role works on a day-to-day.
Yeah. So we do. I think one of the things that we focus on heavily is how we can inspire ourselves to be more creative. So a long time ago we stopped getting media partners in just to present the sales deck to us. So we have quite a stringent criteria for the people that we let in, in short, it's people that are going to inspire us. So we wouldn't always let media partners in if they're just going to tell us what they've got to sell. So News UK wanted to come in and see us. So one of the things that we've asked them is, what can you bring to inspire us? So the topics that they've talked about. So one of the things is, interestingly, how you can use humour in content to actually gain traction. Another thing they want to talk to us about is how you use the influence of news to generate purpose, and how brands can benefit from that. So that is the sort of thing that, in lots of different initiatives, we try and encourage the team to be have their own independent thought, and I guess try and do something unique and different that will push boundaries for us in every bit of work that we do.
Okay, so tell me about the work that you're most proud of coming out of the team.
Coming out of the team, well, there's lots of things. I think most proud of being completely selfish and arrogant is my own work. I'm going to start with that because it's the stuff I can talk the most about as well. Yeah, because obviously I'm awesome. So EasyJet, the deal that we have done with EasyJet for 3 Mobile is a really interesting one from my perspective, because it takes us into a very new territory of brand-to-brand partnerships. So that started off with a very simple premise of what travel partners can we work with to communicate and bolster our travel offering. But what it actually turned into was something that was more about actually giving an additional benefit from a product perspective to 3 and their travel offering than it was about purely just gaining any sort of audience or communication. So what we have now with EasyJet is something I think is a fantastic example of what you can gain from a brand-to-brand partnership, and that is not just with every partnership you want an alignment with that partner where you benefit from their positive attributes, and that's going to pass on to your own brand, which we absolutely get from EasyJet, given that it's synonymous with travel. But we also get some fantastic product benefits as well. I mean, I don't know if you've seen the ad campaign, but it's all about travelling with swagger. So it's a very simple message to three customers and non-customers. If you're with three, you get upgrades when you travel, which is an awesome thing to be able to say. On EasyJet, yeah.
What do you get for an upgrade?
Things like
I've not seen that part of the plane. Is it?
Priority.
Where are the flat beds?
Step into our bar area. No.
Where you get free drinks.
Yeah, no. Things like very simple things, but things that still have a difference to people. So priority boarding.
Yeah.
You can check your bag in for free, and then it comes out, so you don't have to have the faff of security, and then it comes out.
That's for all three customers.
Yeah, and all contract customers, in case anyone's looking at this and need to see T's and C's.
We'll print those up.
Yeah. Yes.
Okay.
But things like the bag will come out the other end as well. But what's great about it is it's not just predicated on sort of simple product benefits.
Yeah.
There's the ability to completely, I guess, bring to life our sort of positioning in travel, which is basically surprise and delight, showing people the good things, the exciting things that you can have within travel. So there's things we're talking about like taking over a plane and giving people some free drinks and food and just making them feel special because being part of this initiative. Yeah.
So when does it launch?
It's live now.
Live now? Okay.
Yeah, it's live, yeah.
Amazing.
So, and the uptake has been much higher than we would have expected.
Cool.
Yeah, so we're doing very well, yeah.
Okay, so would you say you'd like to see the team doing more of these business brand-to-brand type partnerships as well as the more media?
I guess the downside or the difficult part is that it was really, really difficult to get off the ground. I mean, one of the things that we benefit from by working with traditional media partners is we have a wider Mindshare relationship which we can leverage, which means we get what we want. They understand how we work and vice versa, so that the relationship is smoother. So when you've done something with someone before, you have that trust and it's easier. Going into a brand-to-brand relationship is uncharted territory because you don't have that leverage that a media agency has. So it is more challenging. So I think when it's right from a brand perspective, i.e. the right alignment, I would definitely say that it's something that we should explore as part of the myriad of different options that we could partner with. And I guess one of the things that I always say when people are asking about what are partnerships, people always assume it's media partnerships, but we've partnered with tech companies, with events and rights holders and talent, and all of those are partnerships because you get an alignment with someone and you get some benefits that you can then pass on to the brand. So I think it's thinking about partnerships in a much broader sense.
Makes a lot of sense. So final question, what is going to be the award-winning work this year if you have to hang your hat on it now?
Well,
it could be more than one.
Yeah, there are lots, right? Okay. Obviously, there's loads. And lots are in the pipeline still at the moment, which are quite interesting, but maybe I shouldn't say about those in case they don't happen. But I think the ones that will absolutely be shortlisted, the first one, I think we've already mentioned, Love Island, I think has been phenomenal this year.
It has been shortlisted, hasn't it?
It has been shortlisted, yeah. There's some controversy around that, but let's not turn down awards when they come to us.
Exactly.
But certainly the success of the programme, I think, is where we will benefit, but certainly our role in making sure that happened and encouraging the client to make sure that happened when it, rightly so, ITV have put the price up because of its success. We've made sure that still happened, but not only that, we've made sure that we've exploited it to the full. So not just from a brand perspective, from a business results perspective, we can demonstrate, and that's working, and that's what wins awards. So that's Love Island, I would say, is definitely one that's captured the heart of the nation. So another one would be Donate, which is a fantastic piece of work that we're already getting a lot of traction from, and people,
globally,
brands, a lot of eyes on it, and a lot of brands keen to be involved. So something that
brands keen to be involved.
Yeah, exactly. So I think for us, that's, you know, for that to have come out of our team is you know, makes us really proud, and I think, you know, the people that are involved in that really deserve credit. So that's really exciting.
Who are they?
Who are they? Well, I think Becky Power, our ECD, is very much the driving force behind that, but there are lots of other people involved as well. I shouldn't forget any of the other people that are...
Becky and team.
Yes,
amazing.
Exactly.
Anyone else for the shortlist?
Well, an interesting one. So, and we've talked about EasyJet already, which I think will definitely be a candidate. But another interesting one, which is quite a small one, is Dollar Shave Club. So one of the ways that we work very differently with Dollar Shave, being a Grow client, is we've tried to approach it in the way of it being a startup, and how we can actually have a significant impact on the business and work to the business parameters that they have around acquisition costs and growing the business. And so we've been able to structure a deal with TalkSport, which we're really proud of, because it's TalkSport and Dollar Shave makes absolute sense, even if, you know, regardless of a sort of Grow model. But what we've been able to do is include a part CPA initiative with TalkSport, whereby they will get bonused on additional acquisitions. So what that does is focus the whole partnership on driving business results, but also means we can get more out of TalkSport than we otherwise would, because they are incentivized to get results, and the whole partnership will be shaped around how we test different elements to see what works. So yeah, we're basically writing the award entry now before we've got any results. So
that's the way to do it.
Exactly.
Brilliant. Thank you so much.
All right. Thanks, Jim.